And you're on.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Ask Dennis Show. I'm really sorry to all the fans out there for the Ask Dennis Show about our not putting together enough shows to entertain you, but we now have the latest edition of the Ask Dennis Show, and it has to do with this. The Benjamin.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
The Benjamin. Okay, a little while ago,
Wait a minute.
my son Chris wanted to roll me a cigarette. This is not a joint, this is a cigarette. And I'll show you proof later on that we roll our own cigarettes here. And we couldn't find the $100 bill that we've been using to roll our own cigarettes. Now, Dennis, I want to give you this $100 bill, and I want you to take over this story of, tell me, what happened with this $100 bill?
I thought it fell out your pocket.
But where did you find this?
I found it on the floor in front of the couch.
And what did you do with it?
I put it in my pocket. I was going to wait and see how long it took you to miss it.
So, if it took me 2 days to miss my $100 bills, what would you have done?
I would have given it.
What if it would have taken like 10 days for me to go, hey, didn't I have a $100 bill? What would you do then?
Probably give it to you.
What if it took me 2 months to say,
No.
I had a $100 bill that I was rolling cigarettes with,
It's not gonna take you that
and what happened to it? And then if I came up to you and I said to you, Dennis, if I said to you, hey Dennis, I was rolling cigarettes with a $100 bill 2 months ago. Do you remember ever seeing a $100 bill? What would you have said?
I would have said, yes, I saw it. I saw it laying on the floor.
And then would you have given me the $100 bill then?
Yeah. It wouldn't have taken you 2 months.
But Dennis,
Your son.
time out.
Wait a minute.
Dennis,
You got to tell me. I got to say something.
what if I never realized that $100 was missing? Then what would happen?
I would have still given it to you.
When?
I
When would you have given it to me?
No, I'm an honest guy. Yeah, I would have given it to you.
When? Like 2 years later?
No, 2 months later.
2 months? You would have waited 2 months to see if I was going to...
No, if
Dennis,
you,
I think...
no, if you missed it then.
All right.
But it's not going to take you
I have a
2 months.
conclusion for this Ask Dennis
It's
show.
not going to take you 2 months.
I think that Dennis was going to take this $100 bill and cross his fingers and go, I sure hope these guys don't remember that there was a $100 bill on the floor in the living room.
Wrong.
Take it away, Dennis.
Wrong. I need to clarify that. I was going to do it as a jovial instant. A jovial incident.
And what happened?
Well, neither one of y'all laughed.
Well, would you laugh if somebody was trying to steal
No,
$100 from you?
No. When I finally gave it to you after you missed it, I thought y'all would both laugh, but y'all didn't do it. So, y'all didn't take it that way. Y'all took it.
How many $100 bills of mine?
Your own son
How-
accused me of probably stealing.
Oh, well, wait a minute. Hang on here. Okay, Chris, you need to get in the Ask Dennis show here. Chris, what position are you in the house? You know, who's number one? Who is in...
Well, okay, so you're number one.
Right. Who's number two?
Dennis is number two.
Dennis, what did he do to disrespect your position as number two? You.
I was doing it as a jovial incident.
But no, we're talking about...
But Dennis, here's my question. What would have happened if he had never noticed that it was gone? How long would you have waited before you gave it back to him?
Oh, no, you shouldn't be asking me those.
Yes,
you should be asking me questions like
All
that.
right, then I'm asking it to you.
Go ahead and ask me.
What was the question?
If you had never noticed how long...
If I had never noticed
noticed the bill was gone,
that the bill was gone, how long would I have to wait for you to reveal to me that the money was missing?
Probably would give it back very fast. If you were
Like how many months?
Well, no, if you were just drunk, skunk drunk, you probably would have never missed it. So I answered that way.
Yeah, at least you're honest.
At least I didn't answer.
You would have
direct-
stolen from me if I was drunk. All right, Chris. All right, Dennis. Take this $100 bill in your hand, and I want you to tell me if you did anything wrong. Hold it up next to your face. And I want you to tell me, did you do anything wrong by picking up that $100 bill and not telling me about it? I mean, honestly.
No, I don't think I did anything wrong. Okay.
Now hand it over to Chris. Chris, when Dennis found that $100 bill on my living room floor, and you know the story,
Yes.
did he do anything wrong by not immediately? And did he do anything wrong? Period. I'm not going to put any words in your mouth.
Yes.
What did he do wrong?
He didn't immediately say, whose $100 bill is this? Because a $100 bill is kind of a big deal. I mean, it's not too big of a deal, but it's kind of a
Right.
big deal. $100 is, you'll feel it if you miss it.
Right.
And so by not telling you immediately, you could have gone to Mike's Hot Dogs tomorrow
And bought how many hot dogs?
and expected to pay him. And then you find out that your $100 bill is no longer in your pants. And then you got to leave this man who's a businessman, working hard, sweating out in the sun, who's trying to earn his money, and you take his product and you have nothing to pay him with. Just because you had this in your pocket and you thought it would be fun.
No. Yeah, but I was going to make it a funny incident.
Now, do you want to hand me the $100 bill and let me sit there and tell you what I think is
yes.
wrong?
Well, you have to remember, I'm not a dishonest person, so
Okay.
I'm an honest person. But I was
Let me
gonna
make
turn
sure this is a $100
it-
bill
I was going
first.
to turn it into a funny incident.
Okay, it is a $100 bill. And if I would have gone to Dennis's house and seen a $100 bill laying on his floor, I would have picked it up right then and said, Dennis, you need to put this in your pocket because you shouldn't leave it on the floor. But that's what I would have done, and that's just me. Okay.
Any final thoughts, Dennis?
God, how's this incident going to end? You have to believe me. I was trying to turn it into a funny.
How come you can't look into the camera and
I was
say
trying
it?
to turn it into a funny incident.
Look in the camera so the people on YouTube can see if
You're just like a politician, Dennis.
honest. If you can look in the,
Well, no,
if you can
wait.
look into the
Look,
internet,
all right,
Look
look,
into the
that little
internet.
thing right there. That little thing
look
right there.
into the internet and tell the people
That's
out
the
on
camera.
YouTube.
Where your finger is?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see that little
Tell the people
that
on
little
YouTube
circle on
if
there?
you're-
He has to understand. He knows I'm an honest person. He knows I ain't a crook.
Don't move your eyes from that, or they'll know
He
you're
knows I'm not a
deceiving.
crook. He knows he would have gotten eventually.
All right,
money back.
Richard Nixon.
But if he'd have been skunk drunk, he probably would have never missed it.
Okay.
All right. So,
There we
wait.
go. That's it. That's it.
No, keep it going because I'm going to tell him about his dad.
All right. So
I want to tell you.
that's the end of this rousing incident.
That's it.
You know,
I
this
got nothing else to
this
say.
episode of the Ask Dennis show.
That's it.
No, I need to tell him about it.
I'm gonna keep an eye on my money from now on. I know that much. You know, these are my final thoughts. I'll keep everything locked up in my room, hide it away.
And me?
You know.
And me? Here.
Yeah.
Me? I might as well just eat this shit. Cause if I put the dishes here,
You know how dirty money is?
it doesn't matter. Cause I might as well eat it.
That was in Dennis's pocket.